Yeah, so as you can see, you know, that's literally all the figures we made like last year and the years before. And also when we were a web design company, a web design development company, we got like all the money we lost, and we lost about £300 or £400. And you're going to say to me, Stephen, that's not a lot, you know, but it is when you're a web design company and you're only making £200 or £300. This is forget the WordPress stuff and think about all the other stuff that we were doing at the time. And it's not very impressive. It really, really isn't. And that's where, you know, things really, really get lost in that too. You know, if you forget all the CyberClan stuff, you know, reckon all the costs, all the copyright fees that we had to pay when we were in court, all of that, then it really adds up to, you know, what we could have made, or, you know, and all the shoulda, woulda, couldas. You know, it's the spur of the moment, and as a businessman, you need to be able, or a businesswoman, or whatever, you need to know exactly what you're making, because in that spur of the moment, you need to be able to understand exactly what you're making. Actually, I'll just go back up here again, because there's something that I really want to discuss, right? The money as a building company, right? As a web design and web development. When you're not making websites, or you're not working on websites, right? That's how much you lose. It's incredible. Your company only makes £500,000 in that mark. You see, with digital costs, and digital costs, see, through COVID, you don't count COVID, but when COVID started, as we pulled out at the wrong time, but there were web development companies that were helping out a lot of these e-commerce websites and stuff. They were making megabucks, but we weren't, because we were obviously going the wrong direction. But when we started marketing, this is embarrassing. We made something on the 12. Hold on. We made £2,000 just on one one project. Now last year we made £1,600. This is not the day to be doing videos. Yeah, I can't stress how much that would have been, you know, if that only, like, just let me get that door shut. No. Oh shit, where was I? So starting the marketing, last year we made 16. We managed to get £2,000, but then we got £1,600. Forget about this computer for a second. The 150 quid. Forget that for a moment. Think brand new, top of the range projects. Right, I want you to think of 300 quid now, right? End of the year. I'm actually going to take you to October of last year. It's a very embarrassing look that you're getting on the screen, because that was the time when we were having issues. Now, virtual offices. Do not buy a virtual office if you do not have the money, okay? Because you will lose a lot of money. You'll lose an incredible amount of money. The Cherish, Reach and Connect 2, we love. Absolutely love to bits. But really, they were pretty arrogant when we got to talking about virtual offices. I'm very sorry, but I've got to say how it is. Otherwise, but just to my YouTube audience, they were worried about their landlords and they were worried about subletting offices, which we weren't. We didn't know what was in the contract we signed. And there's an issue. Do not sign contracts that you don't understand. But we signed a contract. No, we didn't sign anything. But we did sign something. And then we came into an agreement later on. We will be into talks towards the end of this year of letting that office go. I hate to say, to be honest, it's not a conversation I really want to have. So I'm just going to text the Cherish people and say, you will not see stuff about virtual offices because we let it go. We just didn't have the money to pay for it. We'll donate here and there because the Cherish needs money. But we lost out, and I'm going to swear, boys and girls. I'm going to say a very, very dirty, filthy word. We gambled. Oh dear, that word. We gambled away what would have been £360. Actually, no, that's me doing the math. I can't do math. It's like £1,260, £1,500 at a loss. My issue with advertising is people get arrogant because they can do it themselves, and people get arrogant because they think that you're pushing the community away, and that's their loss. And now people want us to advertise for them. There's a few friends in church, and I've said, look, we can't do it because we just can't. So we're doing something else for them instead. And, I'm all about the community, and I go out and I'm very, very, very serious about it. And even though this is a pretend and play video, this is like second part to the other one, I have my views, very, very, very strong views, unfortunately, which do not coincide with other views. I do pardon if this becomes a very, very boring video, but this explains why. You have to explain. As a business person, you've got to explain. You've got to come on here and you've got to explain. You feel like you owe it to a lot of people. In all social media avenues. And technically, extending is a space I always had, but making big mistakes is, as I've said in previous videos, it's okay to make the mistakes. It's just realizing that you've made the mistakes and knowing where to go right. If you've taken a wrong turn, think, oh shoot, I've made a wrong turn. Realize you've made the wrong turn and then move back on, because it's not going to work well. What do we still own? And what we don't own. Anyway, that's to clarify. I'm really sorry about making this boring video, but honest to goodness, I have some good material. And as for the channel, nothing's changing. I've got some CyberClan stuff. I've got some lazy stuff. This is such a lazy video. I'm just sitting down and yeah. Right, that's me. I'm done.